Hi, I'm Cherry. I'm a peak performance and breakthrough coach. Throughout my work in Singapore, Malaysia, and here in the Philippines, I've been able to meet some of the most inspiring people from all over the world. This show features some of their compelling stories so that awesome people can pass on the passion to you and we can all together set our universe on fire. Welcome to Ignite.
In today's episode of Ignite, I am fortunate to spend some time with one of the most inspiring leaders in the country today. He not only leads, but also empowers. As the Mayor of Tanauan, Leyte, he has been faced with so many challenges, the biggest perhaps being the devastation caused by Typhoon Yolanda. But with his kind heart and unwavering courage, fired up by the audacity of hope, he is not only rebuilding Tanauan, but elevating it to its next biggest breakthrough. Fired up day to everyone. I'm here with the Rockstar Mayor of the Municipality of Tanauan, Leyte, and also voted as one of the most outstanding municipal mayors in the Philippines and former Associate Director for Market Strategy and Planning at Procter & Gamble. Please welcome Mayor Pel Tecson.
Thank you so much.
Tayo.
Yeah. Thank you for having me
Long-time
here.
friend.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think almost 9 years.
9 years, no? Working for P&G.
For P&G, 23 years in P&G. February of 2013, I left P&G and ran for election mayor in Tanauan, Leyte. I was elected in May of 2013.
Then 4 months after,
4 months after
Typhoon Haiyan happened, and you were in the middle of a major crisis in the Philippines. So how did you get about, rebuilding the city?
With Yolanda, Haiyan, with unprecedented strength, the strongest typhoon to ever make a landfall. I remember 370 km/h gustiness, and never been heard of before. But let me tell you how, no matter how strong Yolanda was, Yolanda failed to break our spirit.
Tell us more about that. That's a
exactly, because
story.
right after Yolanda, because it was unprecedented, even the government was not exactly prepared for that kind of disaster. With many people bearing all kinds of injuries after the typhoon. So all coming together to the municipal hall, which was serving as a command center. I still remember the water inside was turning like red because of so many injuries there. And people started to ask the question, Mayor, what do we do now? And I told them, don't worry, help will come. And little did I realize, little did I realize that those simple reassurance from their mayor, help will come, was powerful enough to contain the panic ensuing in the system already. So that was most important insight for me. As a leader, firstly we have to provide and inspire hope. Okay, and in that context, I thought I have to deliver at least small victories. Okay, and that's why I decided early days in Yolanda, Haiyan, dispatch teams already to seek out help. I actually organized 3 teams. One to go to a handwritten note, okay, to ask for help. So, first team went to the Governor Pitilia. My team, I decided to go to the airport. That was and it turned out to be I was the first mayor to arrive at the airport, and I thought that was a good call to go there because that was the time when the very first international responders start to arrive in Tacloban City Airport. Okay, so the very first international medical doctors, the mammoth surgeons of California, arrived during that time when I was there. And we went off of the plane. I was right at the tarmac at the airport. Okay, and of course I was able to literally hijack them for Tanauan.
What is Tanauan like now, at the present time?
Every crisis has 2 phases. First one side of it is a problem itself. The other part of it it's an opportunity. And I thought Yolanda or Haiyan was an opportunity to get things better. So we were able to turn that crisis into an opportunity to get things better. So our strategy in Tanauan was to build back better. One example is our rice farming sector. This is the biggest sector of the town. And you know what, we immediately after Yolanda, We distributed free rice seeds, a better variety of rice seeds, and we have done that like year-round after Yolanda. And I'm happy to tell you that a year after, in 2014, our rice production in Tanauan had doubled, even before Yolanda, okay? With that kind of program. Okay? And in fact, we went forward and educate the farmers in getting into other alternative farming methods. Okay, high-value vegetable productions. We introduced that in Tanauan. So more opportunity for more livelihood for the farmers. And many other sectors, from the fisher folks to the market vendors, different forms of livelihood programs we were doing in collaboration with different government agencies, NGOs, and private groups.
You mentioned something about your results expanding after Yolanda, after a big crisis. So it must be coming from somewhere powerful. So let's talk about leadership. You lived for 9 years in Singapore, and it's run like a corporate Singapore.
Development is possible. It can be done. The story of Singapore is so inspiring. Transformation of Singapore from a third world country to a first world nation in just a matter of 3 decades can be done. Driven by very strong and good leadership. Okay? And this is what inspired me. Okay? I wanted to try it in my little way, in my little town. Okay? And many of these experience, PNG, came very handy as I was managing Tanauan. So the mindset, the leadership that you provide, the systems that you create, you learn, say in a corporate world, you bring that to the government setting.
Right.
So essentially.
And were the people receptive to this tools, mindset?
Exactly. So you know how we work in the corporate world, right? We wanted to be efficient, fewer layers of decision making, okay, get to the decision maker fast, get action. It's like in Haiyan. At the end of the day, it will boil down to you. Okay? There will always be problems, but as long as the leader is on top of the situation, take it upon himself, okay, to find for ways and solutions, things will work out.
Right.
That's why I like this. Somebody said this, 2 10-letter words. If it is to be, it is up to me. If it is to be, it is up to me. Or better yet, it is up to us.
Okay, so borrowing those terms, if it is to be, it is up to me. I remember a concept in NLP which is called operating at cost, which means that you are responsible for your actions, which is similar to that saying, right? I mean, being, for example, in the middle of such big crisis, that happened last November 2013, how could you operate at cost? How could you even live with that slogan? How was that meaningful to you?
Okay, what we have done in Tanauan was essentially first, as soon as the dust of the typhoons settled, I mean, we have to pull together the plans very well, our rehabilitation plan. And because you will realize that there are many people who wanted to help, but you will have to be ready. You have to present something, okay? Propose a plan for them to be able to help. It's a two-way street,
right?
Okay. So I remember we were the first LGU to submit a comprehensive rehabilitation plan among the many towns affected by Yolanda to Secretary Tecsons. Okay, and because of that, that happened first week of January. So barely like a little over a month from Yolanda. So because of that, we were able, Secretary Lacson was able to connect us with different resources because we were ready, Tanauan was ready, we had a plan. So every time cabinet secretaries were in Tacloban after Haiyan, I made it a point and be able to see them and present my plans to them. I gate crash their meetings. Okay? I
So
go there
invitation.
without invitation, okay, find the right timing and be able to talk to them. I always carry a USB in my pocket, okay, ready for presentation. Once I get hold of the person, I'm able to present my plan, the rehabilitation plan for Tanauan. And they like it because we're ready. So our big idea for Tanauan is to really transform Tanauan into a delightful first-class community. It's a bold statement because the way local government are designed today, there are so many challenges. In fact, we have called out 4 strategies to drive this. Turning Tanauan to be a premier residential hub in Leyte, and turning Tanauan to be a leisure destination for Tanauan. Tourism is a big idea for us. The agro industry and turn Tanauan into commercial hub. Okay, so these are the 4 pillars strategy supporting our big idea. Many years from now, we expect Tanauan to be a great place, and everybody in the town is in a part of that transformation, of that journey of making lives better.
Last question. What is fire? What is inner fire?
Oh, fire is in the heart. Okay, it is what carry the person. Okay? The innermost drive, and in Tanauan, in many forms, we have experienced that in Haiyan. Okay, what has carried us and many of us in Tanauan, what does that desire, inner desire, to be better, to be able to overcome adversities, the greatest adversity we faced in Haiyan.
Thank you so much for those words of wisdom.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.